returned from Seattle, where I talked at the Smart Kitchen Summit about sort of humanizing technology. I'm not a techie, but I'm actually, at last, finally, I think I'm in tune with how they're beginning to think. For example, it's a company that makes smart scales, which sounds boring, but it's not, actually, it's quite interesting. So, for example, they do 3 kinds of scales, one for cocktails, one for hard food substances, and one for baking. And as you put your ingredients in, it will tell you exactly and precisely what your next ingredient is, and if you haven't put enough chocolate in, it will tell you how much flour you need to put in, or less flour, or more salt, or more sugar, and then it records it for you. And all this is now on the internet. And this guy now knows who's baking what, where, and when, all across America, what times of day, and what they're baking. So he'll then have the information to sell to local supermarkets, who'll then be able to stock the ingredients that people want. So there's a sort of, and then the supermarkets will know who to deliver to. They'll start delivering that to your fridge. So this will happen probably, not for everybody, but it will happen slowly and naturally. I don't think it's a forced thing, that, but I think there's also a lot of issues with, especially older people, to do with safety. And you can buy sensors now for less than $1. So we'll start to see things like, we can put a sensor in a knife, which will tell you whether your elderly relative has got heart palpitations, even if you live 200 miles away. It will come up on your computer as an alert. So I know there's security concerns about that, but there's also quite interesting safety issues, and I'd like to think that's going to help people to be able to live more comfortably, more safely, and certainly keeping them out of residential institutions is really important. So that's one thing. And then I think there's the other thing, which is the pure fun of being together with your family. I mean, we use our kitchen as our main music centre now. And I hear what I'm really fascinated. I love my children's music. I mean, I've got grown-up children, but I'm not very good at acquiring new music. And I know you love music, so how great is it to have, every week I hear new bands, and actually, because we're genetically connected, I think I quite tune into what my children like, so I tend to like it. And we can discuss it, and so there'll be all that kind of thing. Media we will share and enjoy more and more. So I think there's a really exciting future. I don't quite know what it's going to be, but I think the kitchen will be definitely the driving force for home change in the next 20 years.